Alex Polizzi is an award-winning hotelier with over 20 years' experience of working in the world's most luxurious hotels. Born into the legendary Forte hotel dynasty, she's on a crusade to transform Britain's most desperate hotels and B&Bs.
You'd be as well off if you never had another guest in here.
From outrageous owners to dodgy decor.
The problem is that whoever's decorating has no aesthetic taste.
Nothing escapes the hotel inspector's beady eye.
She's like a spy.
Or her quest for perfection.
Why are you ranked the worst? That's the question that I'm asking you.
It's a complete false lie.
This week, the hotel inspector gets a blast from the past.
It's done up like God's waiting room.
Some people think old-fashioned is a negative. We thrive on the fact that it's a positive.
The decorator deserves to be bitch-slapped.
The 29-bedroom Meudon Hotel near Falmouth, Cornwall, set in 8 acres of subtropical gardens, leading to its very own beach. Run by the Pilgrims. 85-year-old chairman of the board, Harry, and his son, general manager, Mark.
Rolling home to dear old England, rolling home, fair land to thee.
A two-man team with a unique working relationship.
Hello, who have you got? You got Nicky? Oh, excellent. My father and I have conversations. He listens to me as if I'm still 5 years old.
I'm delighted to hear you've given up alcohol for Lent.
We've 2 small offices interconnected by this hatch.
When we're not talking, then you know there's a problem.
40 years ago, Harry bought the former grand private residence, and with a lot of love,
It means everything to me. There's so many memories, very, very happy memories.
plus a little dynamite.
When Father came here, there was a lot of rock here and not very much beach, so he blasted it. I'd hate to think what the environmentalists would make of that today.
He created an exclusive hotel aimed at the discerning traveller.
The carpet we're sat on.
Sitting.
Thank you, Dad. The carpet we're sitting on, it exists in Buckingham Palace in blues and gold, and we've got it in pink and green.
But over the last few years, the hotel's clientele has become somewhat too select.
It's probably fair to say that our customer base has grown older. Truthfully, it's between 60 and dead.
The dwindling customer base means the future of the family firm is looking decidedly rocky.
But that's when the hotel's full. Every little square is a bedroom for a night. That's where we are now. I've got 4 days there with nobody in at all.
Nobody wants to know about a business that's making losses. We've asked the banks, and they have turned us down.
We're in a terrible place, emotionally and financially. At the moment, we're hanging on with our fingertips.
As is the relationship between father and son.
It's not easy at the best of times, and now that the best of times aren't as good as they should be, you know, the cracks are starting to show very, very clearly.
I can make any decision I like as long as it meets with his approval.
Yes.
There we go.
Enter the hotel inspector. Alex Polizzi has worked in some of the most prestigious hotels in the world, including her family's own Cornish retreat. Can she help the Pilgrims progress?
Here in St Mawes is my family's hotel, the Tresanton, so I've got quite a lot of history in the area. I'm about to go across the other side of the water to Falmouth.
To find out where the Meudon is going wrong, Alex will spend the night.
Alex Polizzi.
Good morning, Alex. Mark.
Harry Pilgrim.
Good, very nice to meet you. Thank you for inviting me here.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
How's business at the moment?
Like the
Little bit.
school report. Could do better.
The Meudon has 29 bedrooms, including 3 executive rooms and 2 suites. For his distinguished guest, Mark's reserved a standard.
And here is your room.
How much is this room?
At this time of the year would be £110 per person.
Per person? Gosh, you still do it per person. It seems cheap for one and expensive for two.
I think it's more that one person's half the price of two rather than the other way around.
Unfortunately, she's been really put in the wrong room. I've just given instructions now to move her to another.
He seems nice. He's obviously bossed about mercilessly by his father.
I'd like her to have one of our executive rooms just a few doors down from where she is. How that happened, I don't know.
This is quite an old-fashioned room. Obviously, there's a few problems with furniture, bit of staining. This is not acceptable.
It's a standard room, but we have an executive room which is not let, and there's no reason why she shouldn't have been put there in the first place. There'll be an inquest.
But for Alex, the executive rooms are a decorative downgrade.
This is even more old-fashioned, dire than the room I'm in. These headboards are awful, as are this little set of chairs.
OK, we've got quite a lot of brown furniture, but it's good quality, lovely antiques, and I think there's a market for that.
There's not a big market for this kind of room anymore. Whatever they think, country house or not country house, the world has moved on considerably since rooms were like this, and they are going to appeal to a smaller and smaller share of the market. It's just the way it is.
Our executive rooms have a supplement of £48 per room per night, and our suites have a supplement of £100 per room.
Per suite?
Per suite per night, indeed.
Again, for Alex, as the rate rises, so the taste nosedives.
This room is even worse than the other. A suite, I suppose. First time I've ever seen a pelmet on sliding doors. Awful sofa. This whole room is very hyacinth bouquet. The decorator deserves to be bitch slapped. It's incredibly ugly. All in all, I'm quite glad I'm in the room that they gave me, because I would find this room very, very depressing.
She's probably going to suggest a lot of changes that after 40 years I'm not too keen to do.
Nor does the downstairs decor sit well with the hotel inspector.
Feels like a lot of bottoms have gone across these cushions. This looks like an old people's home.
Some people think old-fashioned is a negative word. I think we thrive on the fact that it's a positive.
It's kind of done up like God's waiting room. You know, it is really a shame that a restaurant that has such a stunning view is such an ugliness. I mean, I've rarely seen a restaurant that I dislike this much. It's got amazing natural light, and yet it's got that repulsive red brick wall at that end. Why? This must have been part of the original structure of the house. And then it's decorated with these.
I think if something is said that, or suggested to be done that I totally disagree with, no problem. If that is what it takes to keep the business running, fine. But I go at that stage.
It's like time has stood still.
Good afternoon, Alex.
Good afternoon.
Can we get you anything? A cup of tea or a pre-dinner drink?
No, but I'd love you to sit and chat with me.
Oh, I'm delighted to.
Thank you. Who does the decorating in this place?
Well, I think that really falls down to me.
There's an awful lot of pink.
It's what we've always had.
You seem to me to be number 2 to your dad.
Yes, something like that.
Do you have the vision to change things, do you think? Or are you just kind of chugging along in a well-worn path?
A little bit of both. I have the vision but I perhaps don't have the enthusiasm to take that vision through. Yes, it's my tenure, it's my watch, but this is my father's baby. Dad is 86 years old. He actually wants to die at work, and I don't want to die at work.
It's becoming clear to Alex that although Mark might be the general manager in name, Harry is still very much the one calling the shots.
I found that really hard, and Mark is obviously desperate. It does feel like a very, very heavy burden.
I commute daily through 2.5 inches of door, and even when I'm not at work, I am at work. Job done. I don't get paid by the hour, you know. To be fair, I think I've given it all, and there ain't a lot left to give.
But can the hotel inspector drive the change the hotel needs?
The man is not for changing.
If we went down one of those sorts of roads, I would just pull out altogether.
Father and son team Harry and Mark Pilgrim have called on Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi to help them drag their loss-making Meudon hotel back from the brink. So far, she's discovered dated decor.
The decorator deserves to be bitch-slapped.
And a general manager spending too much time in his father's shadow.
It doesn't matter how high you climb up the managerial ladder and whatever lofty title you get in the hotel trade, your hand is never very far from the S-bend.
Well, I've always said whoever is nearest is the one that's required.
It's clear that if she's going to stand a chance of bringing the Meudon into the 21st century, Alex will first need to win over Harry.
Can Alex persuade my father where I have failed? I have my doubts. The man is not for changing.
The hotel inspector, however, has other ideas.
She's requested that I have dinner with her tonight, just the two of us. We will no doubt discuss all these angles, and she will find out all the things she wants to as to what makes me tick. Forgive me not getting up.
Please don't.
Your legs don't work as well as they used to.
I'm looking forward to trying out your food.
Well, I hope it comes up to scratch. The AA took away our
Thank you, darling.
our rosette a long time ago.
Cheers.
Yes. And have not given them back.
Let me try the food, and then
Yes.
I'll see what
You'll
I
see
can
what you think, yes?
I will see what I can suggest.
That would be nice. We get Mark to take the glasses down for us.
Thank you.
There we are. I'll take your glass for you. Let go of it when it's on the tray.
It didn't want to let go.
Oh, right.
Alex finds a familiar face taking her dinner order.
Well, with the sea at the bottom of the garden, I have to recommend the fish.
I'll have fish then.
I've already put my order in, so I'm all right.
It's clear to Alex that Mark has his finger in way too many pies,
One avocado, one monkfish, another monkfish and a venison.
which could be the root of the Meudon's problems.
I understand completely that you are a team, but I think you're a team that needs something to change. How do you feel about either having someone invest some money in the hotel or taking on a manager who you could give some future percentage of, success to?
Yeah, my answer is quite simple. If we went down one of those sorts of roads, I would just pull out altogether.
You have chugged along like this, in this manner, for a number of years.
Yes.
But you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs. And we have to decide which eggs are easier to break than others.
It's not just Alex's dining companion that's set in its ways.
Here comes our food. Lovely.
Thank you, dear. Can you get any flavours?
I love mackerel.
The food might hit the spot, but Alex finds the presentation lacking in taste.
The quality of hotel restaurants has improved enormously in the last years, and like many aspects of the Meudon, the menu here really does feel like a blast from the past. Of course I want the Meudon to regain its AA rosette, but to do that, they're going to have to do a lot. They're going to have to seriously update and upgrade their offering here.
The next morning, after a sound night's sleep, Alex has come up with a plan for the Meudon's revival. First, she wants Mark to stop busying himself with menial tasks, stand up to his dad, and start acting like a real general manager.
Please don't take this ill, but you've been a bit wet about this. You're going to have to force his hand, because if he has his way, he's going to go on like this forever.
I feel very cruel talking brutally to my father, who I love dearly.
We've got to try and find a way out of this impasse. I think what we have to decide now is there really a future? Is there something that your family and you feel like you want to keep going through another generation? It's a tough decision.
Yeah, maybe not another generation, but certainly this one. We've got to turn the business around and get it back into profit, because you know, everything hinges on that.
With Mark prepared to step out of his father's shadow, the next element that needs fixing is the restaurant. Alex believes a more appetizing and up-to-date menu could bring in some desperately needed income from the locals through the lean off-season months.
I was very conscious talking to you yesterday that you said you'd lost your AA rosette and you'd like to get it back. But I think that you've got to accept that there may need to be some changes. And it is going to take a little bit of effort. Turning a spotlight on what you're offering and really asking yourself, is this good enough? Because I think somehow it will be so
revealing to us just how much people would value something that was really, really nice.
Really nice. It isn't going to be easy, but we can get there.
Last but not least, if the Meudon is to survive, there will need to be wholesale changes to the hotel's dated decor. And for inspiration, Alex is going to arrange a very personal field trip.
I'd like to take you, as it's just across the water, to my mother's hotel, not because I think that it is the best hotel in the world, but we do achieve 90% occupancy.
90? I would love half that.
I want to show you what it is that we're doing that's nice. I suppose,
my eyes to
yes,
the
and
future.
reconnect you a bit with what it is that the travelling public want. Expect. Well done.
The expectations are high, and the only thing high here currently is our prices.
I don't want you to drop your prices. I just want to raise your game.
Hotel Tresanton had a glittering reputation in the 50s and 60s as a hideaway for royalty and the jet set. But its salad days were long behind it when Alex's family bought it in the 1990s. A complete refurbishment and a sprinkling of Polizzi magic has returned it to its former glory.
Mark and Harry really have to pull their socks up and help me try to drag the Meudon out of this bygone era so that they can once again become as popular as they really deserve to be. This room was done 15 years ago, but I think you'll agree that it still looks pretty fresh and nice.
It's unbelievable. It really is lovely.
Let me show you another room.
The deluxe family suite shows how modern tastes can be accommodated in a traditional hotel.
Very picturesque in a slightly over-the-top sort of way.
The bedrooms too are pretty over the top. This is the second bedroom, and you have to admit it shows a certain bravura in design.
I have no idea what that means, but...
Well, it means bravery.
Oh my God, you're out there. With your permission, I won't try this at home.
Gosh, you're a bit feisty, aren't
Well,
you?
you know, you told me, you said grow a set and speak your mind.
Mark has a lot more spunk than he did last time I met him. Something has definitely changed. I'm not sure how long it's going to last or whether it's entirely a good thing, even. But it was definitely a lot of fun.
Even Harry is fired up.
To be honest, marvellous hotel like that, I reckon we got an even better one. I really do.
I think what we found out is that the mountain we have to climb isn't quite as high as we thought. Meudon really should be, and could be, so much better than even Tresanton.
And we are going to be.
I think so.
With Mark convinced of the need to modernise, Alex wants him to take immediate action at the Meudon.
Now, I just have to point out to you all the errors of your ways in the suites.
Right.
This
It's terrible.
is not acceptable. Darling, and this one over here, which is actually
It's
even
worse.
worse. That's just, it looks awful. I'd like to whip them out and put them somewhere so that you're forced to confront this.
Yeah, of course.
Let's do it. Let's take one then.
Right. Oh, yes. I am glad you didn't like.
Look at that table, darling. Let's take this out.
Yes, you don't have to be blind not to see that.
Look at that, though. That's a bad one.
But you do have to be rich to replace something.
Yeah, I know. Go, here. There's quite a steep hill to climb, isn't there? Every single room, something's wrong with it. Darling, thank you. Let me get out of your way again.
Look at that. See, that's management for you, going to the light one.
Gosh, looking at all of them, they look pretty shabby, don't they,
Now that
darling?
they're out of the room, they look even worse. They're absolutely firewood.
What are we going to do?
Box of matches.
The Meudon's executive suite also comes under fire.
I just loathe the fact that everything's so bloody pink. There's the wallpaper, there's this brocaded curtain, there's this funny pattern on the sofas. You've got three quite strong pinky things all competing for your attention. And just in case you missed that the theme was pink, you have a pink bedspread and a pink carpet. It's very old-fashioned. Most people who go to hotels don't expect this anymore.
So Alex is going to refurbish the suite herself as a template for father and son to follow.
I'm going to give you something that I think, with my experience, the modern traveller, let's say 40 to 60-year-olds, 40 to 70-year-olds, are going to like, are going to come to, are going to spend money for. Yeah.
So all we've got to do is find the money to multiply that by 29.
Well, as many as you think. You at least do a block of 10 or 20 or 15 or whatever you think.
The hotel inspector departs, hoping her plans to modernise haven't come too late.
I tell you what, I'm completely in love with this hotel, and I believe that it can have a wonderful future as long as the family are prepared to go all the way with me.
These new changes start today, now. I think Alex has given us the confidence that if we put the money in, we will see it come back tenfold. And I thought you had to make it. Sounds like we're going to have to borrow it so that we can make it. I just hope that we turn the business around, because I don't want to fail with an enormous debt around my ears, as opposed to fail with a really rather small debt.
Can Mark spy a future for the Meudon?
Time's changed, Dad, and we've got to move on.
Or will it still be Harry's game?
It's not what I would have done, which we very successfully did for 40 plus years.
Alex Polizzi is with father and son team Harry and Mark Pilgrim at the Meudon in Cornwall, hoping to bring some harmony to their 29-bedroom hotel.
As long as you're the big boss, then I have to play your tune.
But so far, she's discovered its decor, restaurant menu, and management structure all rather stuck in their ways.
What we can do, and we do, is turn beds down and clean shoes. Many hotels nowadays, even in higher ratings than we've got, don't do these things anymore.
Alex believes the once prestigious hotel can recapture its glory days. But first, it'll need dragging into the 21st century, and she wants Mark to step up and drive through the changes. While Alex's team begin work revamping a bedroom suite, Mark's taken on his role as general manager with renewed vigour. His kitchen team are busy modernising the restaurant offering, while he focuses on the bigger picture.
Walking around, seeing where things could so simply be improved, really makes you feel good. It's a wonderful place here, and you know, I'm sort of falling in love with it all over again. And ultimately, it's good for the guests, because when they come here, they can see the passion that I've got for this wonderful, wonderful place.
How are you getting there, Mark?
With the family business on the line, Mark's sister Gay has arrived to help. As one of the Meudon stakeholders, she's come to lend some moral and physical support in Mark's quest to turn the hotel around.
Tell me you hate them.
Yes, I do.
Right, that's enough of them.
I'll drag you, push.
No, it's got to go up in the air.
Seriously?
Absolutely, I'm not having the ruined carpet ruined.
Me. Well, your carpet's 1 million years old. You can't ruin
well,
this.
it needs to do another 1 million before it paid for
No,
itself.
it's got to go.
At the very least, it's nearer the door on the way out.
When Alex first arrived, the food, although good quality, was a frustrating mixture of dated dishes and antiquated presentation. Now Mark and his chef have come up with a new selection for the menu, and they've gathered the staff for a taste test.
One of the first things that Harry said to me when I came was that he was very upset that the hotel no longer had an AA rosette. Obviously, the food needed some attention.
I've never tried this, so I'm going to have a go. There, fish is beautiful.
The restaurant is at the heart of the hotel, and if you have a reputation for good food, you not only have your captured guests, i.e. the ones who are staying over, but hopefully you have some local support, and that keeps you going through all the low months. It's really important that we entice them back here.
But the new menu hasn't met with universal approval.
It all looks very nice, but it would look a darn sight better if we'd got the Ivy plates. Where are they?
I think you just, well, it's, time's changed, Dad, and we've got to move on. And this size of plate is the future, something the size of a doorstop.
OK, well, that's way above my head, I'm afraid.
If we do good food presented well, simply and tasty, they will come back and they will say, oh my God, where have you been? This is lovely.
It's not what I would have done, which we very successfully did for 40 plus years. But things have moved on, so I'm assured.
Hanging on to something because we've always done it that way is a recipe for oblivion.
It's not just the menu that's been transformed. Alex's team have finished the refurbishment of the frilly yet dowdy bedroom suite. She's turned it into a stylish and sophisticated haven for the modern, discerning traveller. But will the family, and more importantly, chairman of the board, Harry, approve?
It's just beautiful and simple.
Everything blends in beautifully.
Oh my, oh, Alex.
If you walk into a room and say, what a lovely room,
Yeah.
it's good.
Good.
If you walk into a room and say, oh, what a wonderful picture, the room's wrong. Because it shouldn't be.
I
But the
completely
overall,
agree.
and
Lovely.
that is what you get immediately.
It's frightening until it's done.
I know.
With Alex's sparkling room renovation ready to shine a light on the Meudon's potentially bright future, 85-year-old Harry has finally agreed that Mark is now ready to take the wheel and drive the hotel forward on his own.
I think he's taken on board that it is worth getting hold of some more money and do what is required. I know Mark can do it, there's no question. I'll stand right back and he can do it his way.
With Harry's seal of approval and inspired by Alex's designs, Mark wastes no time getting started with his own refurbishment plans. But with the bank unwilling to lend him the money, he's had to dig deep into the family savings to help fund the hotel's modernisation. The restaurant receives a much-needed lick of paint, One of the standard bedrooms is getting an upgrade, and the uninspiring bridge lounge is being smartened up.
I've got paint samples and carpets coming out of my ears, and it's sometimes difficult to know which way's up. It's a great orchestra that all has to come together in a very tight time frame. I can always hear Alex's voice in the back of my head going, you can't do this and you can't do that. We've got a unique setting, we've got a unique product, and therefore the furnishings and fabrics that we do have to be for us.
With the renovations eating deep into the family savings, Alex knows she has to move fast to drum up some desperately needed custom for the Meudon. She's arranged for influential locals, plus an array of journalists, to visit the New Look Hotel for a gala lunch, aimed firmly at putting the forgotten hotel back on the Cornish tourist map. But will the New Look modern Meudon meet with the hotel inspector's approval?
Wow!
Have you arrived at a different planet?
Oh my goodness! I love the birds, I love the paintwork all being so nice and clean and white, the stripe is beautiful, the cushions are good, the art!
The art.
Because that's a difficult one to pull off, darling.
Yes, it really has come together beautifully.
The new standard room also gets the thumbs up.
Ooh!
Come on in.
Very, very, very nice.
Oh, immediately you walk in, it's bright, it's light, and it's colourful.
Well done! Oh, I'm so excited.
We are on the curve.
Yeah, I think you're doing pretty damn well, I have to say. I'm really, really impressed.
45 years ago, you know, we were the thing, but we very quickly had gone downhill and were no longer the thing, but this is.
The new decor is a triumph, but has Mark made equal progress in the kitchen? With the restaurant preparing for the gala lunch tomorrow, Alex has invited a very special dinner guest to get a sneak preview of the new modern menu. An inspector from the AA.
It seemed pretty obvious to me from the beginning that it was when the Meudon lost its rosette that the rot really set in here. So I have had an ulterior motive banging on about the restaurant. If they want to get their rosette back, they need to pick up their game a bit. I suppose that is the one piece of the jigsaw puzzle that I feel I don't have enough control over and that I'm really worried might let the whole project down.
Well, they look nice.
The inspector has the power to return the coveted restaurant rosette back to the Pilgrim family, but only if the meal and service are flawless. Can the Meudon win its rosette?
Just put us out of our misery.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Or will Mark have to sing for his supper?
Riding on a donkey.
Alex Polizzi is at the Meudon, a 3-star Cornish country house hotel owned by the Pilgrim family. After encouraging Mark to step up and take the reins from his 85-year-old father, Alex believes the general manager is now ready to lead the hotel into the next generation.
Before, we had the tradition and the unfailing support of guests that have been coming for generations and generations. But it was a dying market, and we were dying with them. And that had to be arrested and stopped. And now we need some new customers, and we need to say to them, come, because the product's now right.
Today, Mark, assisted by his sister Gay, will host a grand lunch to showcase the new look rooms and revamped food to the locals and press. But last night, there was an even more important guest to impress. Alex arranged for an inspector from the AA to stay the night and try the hotel's new menu. If the Meudon is to regain its coveted AA rosette, it had to provide a faultless dinner service. But Alex discovers that though the dishes may now be more modern, last night's presentation was still stuck in the past.
If you have carbohydrates on the plate, then possibly you don't send out the potatoes with the side dish.
This is where they still want the older customers to try and look after them, and they want the potatoes on the side dish where...
No, but not if there's potatoes on the plate.
I know.
No, okay.
Alex hopes that Mark's more traditional food preparation hasn't upset his chances of winning back the rosette.
Nice menu composition. What I would say, however, a few technical bits on all of the dishes which I experienced. The overall offering is very enjoyable.
Would you describe the food here overall as a bit old-fashioned?
There were some aspects of it that were, so half and half, if I can.
Yeah, we've been working hard on the menu.
Oh, good. And I can see some change.
Just put us out of our misery.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Sorry to say, we were very, very close, but not quite a rosette on this occasion.
Okay.
So, not the best of results that you were aiming for, I understand, but I would particularly like to help towards achieving your aspiration.
To hear that we've progressed from where we were is fabulous and positive news.
We've done a lot in a very short space of time, but obviously not quite enough. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Whatever the AA says, I'm really impressed by how everyone's put their shoulders to the wheel. And as far as I'm concerned, the lack of a rosette is merely a temporary blip on the horizon.
Missing out on the rosette is a major blow. But Mark, demonstrating the skills required of a general manager, has picked himself up and is leading from the front.
Today is really, really important for Meudon. We need to excel today and show the local public and those dignitaries that we've invited today just what we can achieve every single day of the week. This is the job that we do, and we must do it really, really well today. Guys, you've all got a lot to do. Let's get on and do it.
Good,
Thanks
well
very
done.
much.
A rousing speech. Let's hope the sun stays out, the food is good, the staff are as, happy and as convinced of what we're doing here as they appear to be, and that everyone leaves here with a very good report.
As the Meudon begins to fill up, the Pilgrim family pull together to welcome their VIP guests.
I'm a random member of the press.
So we've got 2 rooms that we've done now, and our bridge lounge has been revamped. So you should notice a big change. She said her boss was standing up
The older Meudon, when you got on.
There are masses of people arriving. It's rather nerve-wracking, a good cross-section. I've got representatives of local papers, national papers, travel directories. Hopefully the message about the changes at Meudon is going to go out to millions of people. There's a lot at stake here.
As guests take their seats, Mark's arranged some typical Cornish entertainment.
If you ever in Ballypoe, where the girls are all that go, waggle and wriggle with a roll and go, riding on a donkey, way, hey, away we'll go, donkey riding.
In the kitchen, Alex makes sure there isn't a repeat of the old-fashioned food presentation.
What are you sending out today?
I'm using bream, that's in Bream Cove, cockles from the Halford just up the road, so...
Lovely, darling. And that looks lovely.
There we go. That's the beetroot coulis, yes.
Delicious.
Good.
I'm a great, great believer in the plated up dish. We need to simplify, and that's an easy way to do it. Looks amazing.
The menu's got Alex's thumbs up, but how will the diners rate their culinary experience?
I never shall forget her eyes, they shone like diamonds, and the evening it was wet, wet, wet to the hair.
I like the presentation. The fish looks a lovely colour.
We roved all night.
Really nice, beautifully done.
To sit here, it's a lovely lunch venue, or perhaps in the evenings when it's light, to have this beautiful view, and lovely food. Who can ask for anything more? And the sort of thing you'd expect to see in a really top-class restaurant.
I've been a few times before, and I certainly will come a few times more, yeah. Very good it is.
Even the AA inspector seems impressed.
Enjoyed?
Yes, very much.
You? Thumbs up?
Very enjoyable.
Good. Glad to hear it. Just checking. Well, I know I have someone very difficult to please here.
Thank you.
Mark, with his father's approval, has clearly put the Meudon's restaurant back on the map. Will the new rooms also hit the same high note?
This is the room that Miss Polizzi has done for us.
There was absolutely no sympathy from Alex. She said, you can't just sit there crying into your soup, going into decline. You've got to wake up and... oh, here she is.
Got to wake up and smell the coffee, hey?
Yeah.
But we've now got something to shout about.
I'd love to hear anything that you want to comment about. I'm looking forward to hearing it, so don't be shy.
No, we won't.
OK, thank you very much.
Don't hold back.
Don't hold back.
Really, really like it. Because it's much fresher, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks, darling.
It doesn't look old-fashioned now.
From my perspective, it would make an excellent addition to Britain's Finest, and for that reason I'm going to put them straight onto the website in the hope that we can sort of help boost their figures and get more people in here.
It's so much brighter, cleaner looking.
I've never been here and seen the gardens, and it's fantastic. I absolutely love it, and the kids are having a ball, so it's brilliant.
Geographic
Absolutely
strength, beautiful garden, beautiful beach, by the Helford River.
Yeah, they just need to build on that because it's lovely, and they've had a great day. They have had a lovely day. Good.
She needs a poo, Mummy. What do you need?
The day may have started with a disappointment, but it's finishing on a high.
We've now got a product to be proud of. It's not a final destination. It is a journey. It's still a journey.
All right, my darling, I'm off.
You're on your way.
Don't get up.
Thank you for all you've done.
My pleasure.
There is no doubt that we'd slipped. I hadn't realised how far this place has a really good, sustainable future, one where people could come here, realise that they've arrived in Shangri-La and never want to leave.
I'm not going to disturb the family any further, though. I'm going to let them enjoy their party and their guests before they have to roll up their sleeves and get on with their hard work tomorrow morning.
Next time.
This particular area here, we have a ghost of an old prostitute.
Chocolate tombstone and graveyard plate. What is all this mystery bollocks?
I guess we could spend up to £25,000.
Don't agree with it, sorry. No.
You're clearly, a sandwich or two short of a lunchbox.
The man who brought us The Dark Knight Rises gives us a heart-stopping thriller here on Channel 5. The series premiere of Person of Interest, Tuesday at 10. Next tonight, it's Big Brother.